Hi everyone, this is Reea and I'm going live right now to do some free oracle card readings for you as promised. So I haven't actually done oracle card readings like this before, and you know, for those of you that have kept up with my page and are on my page frequently, you know that I give away free oracle card readings where I actually write the reading for you on there and you get to pick a number. So people have liked that, so I've continued to do that. But I was on Facebook the other day and somebody, I think they were in America, was offering to do free oracle card readings. And I thought, oh, okay, how about me? I just wanted to, see how she did it. And it's always good to keep up with how everybody else is doing things so that you're still in the game and you're doing things the way everyone likes them. She picked a card for me and she gave me the photocopy of what was in, gave me a copy of what was in the book. So like when I've got my angel cards, my Doreen Virtue angel cards, it's probably back to front, but you get it. You always get a book in the box. And what she did was took a picture of the answer for me, and that was her doing an oracle card reading. And I thought, wow, well, that's interesting, but a bit lazy. Years ago when I did Doreen Virtue's oracle card, I did a Doreen Virtue how to do readings course. I think that was back in 2009 or something. It was up on the Sunshine Coast. It was a lovely 5 days. I had a great deal of fun. And she taught us how to read oracle cards. It was always use your own intuition. Don't just look at what's on the card. So that's how I do it, for those of you who wanted to know. When I put the cards on my website and I say pick a number between 1 and 4, I don't just read what's in the book. I actually look at the card and get an intuitive impression and write a response that certainly the card prompts your intuition. And if you're using your cards at home and you've got cards, that's what happens. It prompts your intuition, and then you pick up on messages. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be choosing picking people and choosing a card for them, and then I'm going to do an intuitive reading of that card for you guys. So that's how I'm doing it. So I just wanted to, before I start doing the cards today, as we're waiting for everyone to get in. Hi Sophie, hi Sarah, hi Sue, hi Samantha. There's lots of people there. Hello to everybody that's logged on. I just wanted to remind you that I don't just do soul readings. I've actually only started doing soul readings in the last kind of 10 years or so. Before that, I was a teacher and a psychotherapist. So my gig is supporting women's emotional, psychological and spiritual well-being. So that's what I do. And I do that using hypnotherapy, intuitive life coaching, holistic counselling. I'm a trained counsellor, and past life regression. So that's what I do. So for those people that have logged on and you're in Newcastle, that's where I am, in Newcastle in New South Wales, and I work with women specifically. I chose to do that a few years ago. I used to work with men and women, but now I only work with women because I love you guys and I find you wonderful to work with, and you're grateful and you really want to change and you're very heart-centered. And let's face it, women are at the forefront of awakening on the planet right now. Not that I've got anything against you beautiful men. I have lots of beautiful men in my life, including my son and my grandson. But to be honest with you, I work from home now, and it just feels more comfortable to me when I have people come to my house that they're women, not men. No offense to any men out there, but I have been hit on so many times you've got no idea. Men have come to me for counselling or coaching or whatever and said, I really want to have sex with you right now. And I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah, that's creepy. That is really creepy. So that's why I chose to work with women. So I also wanted to remind you, anybody that's on here that doesn't know me, hi Alex, hi Ashley, hi Sarah, lovely to see you. That you can go over and like my Goddess Mart page if you haven't already done that. And if you'd like a free copy of my book that I wrote for my clients called Get Back Your Mojo, you can do that by going to my website reea.com.au, and you can download a free copy of that book. Many people have found that book very helpful. It teaches you how to be in control of your own mind, and I wrote it for my clients who had depression and anxiety, and it's got lots of good stuff in there, strategies. It has 11 strategies for change. So not rocket science, but simple things that you can do to make a change in your life if you're suffering from depression and anxiety. Hi Ruthie. Oh, thank you. She's saying she thought of me in Newcastle. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick people that have logged onto my website, first of all, and do some readings from there. Because I asked people to get onto my page and tell me if they wanted a card drawn for them. So I'm going to do that first of all. So the first one I'm going to go to here is Mandy Logan. She says she's desperately in need of a reading. Okay, Mandy, let's do it. So when we're doing cards, we always shuffle them. Okay, and when you're shuffling them, what you're doing with the card is you're setting your intention. So as I shuffle my card, I'm alerting my guides, like the goddess Mard and my other guides, and everybody else out there in spirit that's around us now that has come to be helpful and to give guidance. I'm alerting them that this reading is for Mandy. And I'm doing that, with my mind and setting my intention. And so Mandy needs a card. I'm going to pull a card for Mandy, and hopefully this will be one that she will find helpful. Okay, so let's draw a card for Mandy. Okay, so the card I've drawn for Mandy is this. I don't know whether you can see it. The light's okay. It's the card that says let go of your past. So Mandy, as I'm tuning into that card for you, and it's all about letting go of your past, I feel that for you this is connected with unhealed things in your past, unhealed events that are getting in your way and stopping you from being the happy, beautiful person that you could possibly be. So remember that when we it may be nothing very tragic or traumatic that happens to children that causes them to hang on to negative emotions. Sometimes it can be tragic and traumatic, but it causes us to hang on to negative emotions. And in the hanging on of those negative emotions, they remain in our energy system. So not just in your physical body, but actually in your aura. And when you hang on to those, it's called an aspect of your personality actually breaks off and becomes part of, gets stuck in the past. So that means that all of your energy, the 100% of your energy, is not in the present moment helping you to create the reality that you want. It's getting in your way. So it can contribute to triggering you into negative emotion when it's really got nothing to do with the present moment, but it's still about the past. You carrying around depression or anxiety or any of those negative emotions. So letting go of the past means allowing yourself to heal in this case. So there is just something in your past, Mandy, that you need to look at and you need to heal. Now, sometimes we can do that by ourselves, and there are many ways that you can go about doing it. Sometimes we need help. That's what I do. I give people help to actually heal their past. It's just, yeah, I actually think it's something from childhood. That's what I'm getting. There's something in your childhood that you need to heal. Sometimes it's just a matter of giving forgiveness and coming to a point of acceptance and letting that go. So that one's for you, Mandy. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm going to stick it back in the pack because somebody else might actually want that card, mightn't they? Okay. Hi, Annie and Sarah. Sarah wants a reading. Okay, Sarah, I'm just going to do a few readings off here off the people that actually logged onto my site earlier and left messages to say that they needed one. And then I will do some readings for whoever is popping up watching this video live now. Okay, so my next one is Naomi, and Naomi's asking for a reading. So let's pull a card for Naomi. Don't forget to give me feedback. If you're enjoying this, oh, one's popped out. That means it's for you, Naomi. Okay. If a card pops out when you're shuffling them, it's usually, it means that it's for you. So don't just discard it and think, oh, no, I've just dropped that card. It's actually for you. So this one's for you, Naomi. And this is the card called the Ocean. I'm not sure how the light's going here, whether you can actually see it. It's probably reversed, but anyway, the Ocean. And it says, the deep blue sea speaks to your soul. So what I'm actually getting from that is that there is some cleansing necessary for you at the moment, Naomi, that you're hanging on to too much kind of negativity. I feel like other people are dumping that on you, actually, that it's not actually yours, but you're actually picking that up from where you go. And remember that the ocean, the negative ions, stirred up by the waves in the ocean are actually extremely cleansing. After I've done a healing with someone, whether it's hypnotherapy or past life regression or anything like that, I often say to them, if you could get to the beach sometime in the next 24 hours and just walk on the sand and dunk your feet in and put your face up to the sun and really allow those negative ions to help that cleansing process that happens when you actually do healing, that will be very good and will help you clear it better. So I feel that's what that card means, Naomi. You need some just cleansing, basically. So get to the ocean, and probably get to the ocean more. Probably I'm also feeling that you don't spend enough time actually doing those kind of things that are pleasurable, like, just going to the beach and hanging out and being in your own vibration, and that's really important for you right now. So I hope that's helpful. Okay, Monique Christensen. Wow. Did you know, Monique, that my first husband's name was Michael Christensen? Unfortunately, he is in spirit now. He drank himself to death, but he's the father of my 2 oldest children. How's that? Maybe we're related somehow, or maybe you're related to my children. Where are you? What country are you in, Monique? If you're in Australia or Denmark, you're probably related somehow. I actually really like that name, Christensen. It's a beautiful name. All right, Monique, this one is for you. And, it's the Cupid card. Wow. Okay. So the Cupid card can be one of two things, Monique. If you're not in a relationship, then it means that there's good news coming up for you, and there could be someone coming into your life. If you are in a relationship, let me just focus on this for a minute. It means that you need to focus on romance in your relationship more. So it could be one of those two things, and I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, I'll let you work that one out. But that's a lovely card. So that card says, we send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. So that's the other thing that it could also be. It could be about awakening the own love inside you. Okay, so this is the message that's coming through for you now, that it doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, that the love you feel inside and express outside of you, and those waves of energy go out to the universe, brings more love to you. And we all know that. We've been told that 100 times. But loving the self is very important for you also. So it's not just about whatever is going on in your relationship life. The message that's coming through for you now is that is very much about you continuing to love yourself. Now, I know we hear this all the time, and as a psychic reader, I'm always saying this to people. You need to love yourself more. But unfortunately, it's true. When we have to live in third dimensional reality, and we're getting feedback all the time that knocks our confidence, or people knock our self-esteem, or family members pull us down, it's really easy for us to stop loving ourselves and to buy into all of that bullshit. So Monique, loving yourself more, okay? And yeah, thank you. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm going to do some more readings online for the people that have logged on there. Okay, we've got Rhiannon McHugh. Okay, so this card is for Rhiannon McHugh. I'm just going to do a little shuffle. You're welcome, Monique. I hope that helped. It's always good to get a little bit of guidance from Spirit, and makes us feel good. I think it makes me feel good to know that someone's watching over me and I'm not completely on my own. That's another message that is really important for all of us right now, because it's a really hard place to be, third dimensional reality. It's tough living here. There are so many things that pull our energy down and pull our vibration down, and it's good to be able to get a message from Spirit and just get that little bit of a fix. Okay, so this card is for Rhiannon, and Rhiannon, it's the giving and receiving card. So let me just tune into this for you a little bit in giving and receiving, and I'll tell you what that actually means for you. Okay, so what I'm being told is that you're pretty good at giving and doing things for others, but you're not very good at receiving, and that there's some sort of blockage there that you're actually preventing that from happening. Also, another common trait in women. Women are often very nurturing and very good at giving things to others and doing things for others, but not very good at receiving. So receiving not just messages from spirit. You know, we'd all love to be able to do that more, but it's about receiving love and support and kindness from other people. Let people do things for you and ask for help more than you do, and that's your message for today. So I hope that works for you. Hi Jody and Sarah and Alyssa Garcia. Okay, hi darling. I'll see if we can get to you. All right. Okay, next reading. I'm going to try and get through as many of these. Okay, Ruth's next. Yep, going to do a reading for you, Ruth. Ruth, I'm going to choose another card, another deck of cards for you. This is the another Doreen Virtual Goddess cards, and they're really lovely too. And I've just been inspired to choose one of these for you. So let's shuffle them a bit. I'll just set the intention that this card is for you as I shuffle them. And I hope that you guys can hear me all right. Someone tell me if you can hear me all right, that would be good. Okay, so this card is for... Ruth, you're going to love this. Okay, this is the Freya card, and it says bold. You got to be bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks. Now, I feel that this is to do with your relationship issues, and it's about being in your own power. So when it says be bold, what it means is stand in your own power, my darling. I know that you've had some issues, and standing in your own power is difficult. I'm getting, okay, so this is what's coming for you, through for you, Ruth, that what you need to do is some work on boundaries. I feel that you're having trouble putting down those boundaries and keeping those boundaries there. This is a really important thing in relationship, having firm boundaries. They protect you and they protect the other people that you're with. And we have a habit on earth of invading other people's boundaries, and that really complicates loving relationships and is not good. So I feel that boundaries is the thing that you need to look at. If you go online to YouTube and have a look at Pia Melody's work, that's Melody, Mellody, and she also wrote a lovely book about boundaries, and it will give you some guidance about the exact words to speak when you're putting those boundaries there, because I feel like that's where you're tripping yourself up sometimes. And of course, when you get upset, when somebody's doing something that upsets you and you get upset, they don't hear anything you're saying. All they're reacting to or feeling is the anger that you're projecting at them, and your anger may be well justified, but that's what happens. So we've got to set our boundaries and articulate and communicate in a very calm manner, and that's not always easy when you're dealing with third world, third dimensional reality stuff, I know. But anyway, have a look at Pia Melody's stuff, and I'm sure that you'll get something out of those. Okay, Teresa, I'm not actually bringing messages through from your dad today. I'm not bringing messages through from loved ones who have passed over, so I can't do that for you today. I'm just doing cards. And so perhaps if you'd like a reading about your dad, you could contact me and you could get an email reading or a soul reading, because that's what I do. That's what I do for my living. This is how I make my living, by doing readings. Okay, next one is Mandy Webster. I'm going to go back with the goddess cards. Okay, going to pull a card for Mandy Webster and give them a bit of a shuffle and focus on Mandy. Calling in Mandy's guides and Mandy's higher self to connect with my guides and my higher self, because that's how it happens. And pull the card for Mandy. This is the one. Okay, the card that I've pulled for you, Mandy, is independence, if you can just see that. And it says, your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Sometimes it's hard to be independent because our relationships get very enmeshed. The relationships in our family and the relationships with our loved ones get enmeshed, and so it's hard to be independent of each other. We get that thing that we call codependence that happens in relationships over many years, and we start to lean on each other. So just be aware that it's not necessarily healthy for you to stop doing things because other people are better at them than you and that they can do them more effectively or efficiently than you. And of course, I'm speaking generally right now, but sometimes it's better to make sure that you can take care of yourself. After all, we live in a world of loss, okay? People die, people leave us. We've all had to deal with loss in our lives. So it's never a good idea to give our independence away. And sometimes that just means allowing yourself to be controlled. And I'm feeling that that's what's coming through for you, that there's someone around you, they're telling me, that is a little controlling. And by acquiescing and being agreeable, you are giving some of your independence away. Of course, women, you know, scientific research tells us that women are more agreeable, more high in the agreeableness scale than men are. And you probably all know that, right? We're good little girls. We're brought up to be good little girls. So just be a little bit aware of that. That's the message that's coming through for you today. No one can control you unless you allow yourself to be controlled. So reach for that independence and do what you want to do and be who you want to be. And I hope that helps. Hi, Shirley. Lovely to see you here. And Stacy. Hi, Stacy. Ruth says, spot on, Reea. We'll check it out now. Good on you, darling. Okay, that's really good news. I'm really glad that helped. Okay, I'm going to do a card for Shirley now, because Shirley and I have been old mates for a long time, and she's done some good things for me too. So I'm going to pull a card for you, Shirley. So let's just pull a card out and see what you get today. Okay, here's your card coming out. Oh, Shirley, your card says perfect timing. Fabulous. So what I'm getting from your card, Shirley, today, perfect timing. Let me just focus on this a little bit. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk and bring through messages at the same time. I always tell my clients I'm going to go quiet for a minute as I focus on you. So that's just give me a minute. I'm just going to focus on this perfect timing card for you. Okay, what I'm being told, Shirley, is that there is a project or something that you've been considering doing that you've been holding back and not moving forward with it. I think it is a project of some kind or something to do with a project that you have underway. Now is the time for you to step forward and do whatever you've been considering doing. So that's the message for you. Really, it is perfect timing for you to move forward with whatever that is. Okay, so I hope that helps. Good on you, darling. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next one is Tracy French. I'm going to be pulling a card for Tracy. Now I'm going to go back here and pull a card out for Tracy. Okay, hi Sue. Yep. Okay, hang on. This is for Tracy. I'm going to pull this out for Tracy. Here's your card here. Oh, Tracy, new partner card. If you're in a relationship and you are not looking for a new partner, don't freak out, because this could be a girlfriend. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner. It could be a partner in any way, in the general sense of having a partner. Okay, but this card is all about bringing someone new into your life. So if you're looking for a new relationship, you might be in a relationship and looking for a new relationship. If you're looking for a new relationship, this card will signify that it's going to be coming in the next few months. But I actually, as I'm tuning into it, I think this is also a female that I'm tuning in that's coming into your life. So I'm going to say that it's a friend. It's actually a girlfriend, although it could be both. It could be a partner and a girlfriend. But I do actually feel like you bringing in someone new and interesting and exciting into your experience. It's good for us to connect with new people all the time, especially in places like Newcastle. I don't know where you're from, but I'm in Newcastle. In places like Newcastle, it's like it's a big place, but it's like a country town. And when you've lived here for a long time, you think you know everybody in town, but you don't. There's lots of new people coming into Newcastle all the time, and I speak to them too. People are moving up from Sydney. They're coming from everywhere to move into Newcastle. And I feel this is a girlfriend that's going to be very supportive of you, that's going to give you some emotional support that you need, and that's going to bring back a sense of fun into your life. So good luck with that one. That sounds lovely. Okay, who's next? Okay, Tracy. I'm going to do some reading on people who are online now. Akia Jose. May I please have a card? Okay, I'm going to pull a card for Akia. Okay, so let's go with this one. Now, of course, as I'm doing these cards, I am connecting to spirit as I normally do, but like I just said, when I'm actually doing a reading with you and I've got you, whether it's on Facebook, Facebook Live, I do readings on there, or whether I'm doing it by email, or whether you're actually here with me in my home office and I'm doing a reading, I actually meditate for about half an hour before you come, and I spend the first few minutes of the reading when we're together actually just closing my eyes and deeply connecting with my guides. And I spend a lot of the time I'm actually doing the reading with my eyes closed, because I'm clairvoyant, so I see things, but I'm also clairsentient, so I feel things, and then I have to put those feelings into words, and it's a matter of being an interpreter. So doing it this way is a little bit more difficult for me to do, to really tune into you, which is why I'd always suggest, if you really want a reading and you really want to know what's going on, have a private personal reading. This is just an opportunity for you to get a card drawn and for us to connect with each other. So, yeah, bear in mind that it's not the best kind of circumstances to actually do a reading. Okay, I was going to do a reading for Akia. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I haven't, but here's your card. Trustworthy guidance. That's interesting considering what I was just saying. Okay, so trustworthy guidance. Let me tune into this and see what this means for you. Okay, so they're telling me that you have, we all have guides around us, but they're telling me that you have one guide in particular, and this is a male energy, and he has just come in for you. So our guides, we have some guides who stay with us for the whole of our lives, but we also have other guides that come in and out. Oh, Sam is the name that's just come to me. So there's this, they're actually showing me a picture of him. He's quite mature with a beard, and his beard's grey, and his name's Sam, and he's come to help you with whatever situation is going on in your life right now, because he has a greater ability to be able to connect intuitively with you. So if I were you, I would make sure that I sit down in meditation quietly, and see if you can and ask a question, the questions that you need answered, and wait for that guidance to come through, because I feel like he's really wanting to connect with you on a much deeper level, and that your intuition is actually quite good and you could connect with him and get your own answers. So give that a go. This is what we're all being encouraged to do. We're all being encouraged to become masters in our own life, and that means trust our own guidance and our own intuition. There's a blending of what goes on in our head and our heart that actually gives us guidance and connects us with the universe. And sometimes we're too in our heads, and sometimes we're a little bit too much in our emotions, but it's a connection between head and heart that actually gives us the best answers. So be aware of that and connect your crown chakra with your heart chakra when you sit down. Ground yourself into the earth. That's very important, that grounding thing, because I feel like you're out of your body a little bit too much as well. And that happens. So make sure you're grounded into Mother Gaia and sit in contemplation. You can be saying prayers. You can simply contemplate. It's interesting that when we meditate, what we're doing is getting out of our head and getting back into our sensory awareness, which is actually drops the level of cortisol that we have in our body and the stress hormones. So that's your answer. I hope that's helpful. You're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, so let's keep going. I can't remember where I got to. Kiri Tonga Kilo, I hope I pronounced that right, sorry about that, has asked for a card. Would love one, life is crazy at the moment. Okay, I'm going to go over here and choose the Goddess Oracle cards for you, Kiri, and this is for you. Okay. Whoop. Okay, this one. All right. Ah, Kiri, you're getting the prosperity card, which is lovely. The card actually says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So what I'm feeling for you at the moment is that I feel a great deal of confusion around you, and that there is things coming from you from all over, but worry about finances is also happening for you, and just that general level of abundance. It's really about being able to create your own reality and trusting yourself that you can do that. So stop worrying, because the minute you start worrying, you attract that which you focus on. So if you're focusing on the worst case scenario and the things that you can't have, that's what you're going to bring into your life more. So that card is really a signal for you to just slow down. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, take everything as it comes, and a recognition for you that you can create your own reality. Just like all of us, you came here because you're a master creator, and you came here to practice doing that, and that you can create whatever it is that you want in your life. Okay, so abundance can be money, it could be relationships, it could be holidays, it could be love, it could be knowledge. Okay, it can be everything. And just like we have plenty of air to breathe on the planet, it never runs out, you know, there's always plenty of it there. We have plenty of abundance around us, but you have to remember that you're the master and you're creating that. So be very careful of the feelings that you're holding, the thoughts that you're telling yourself, because thoughts create the feelings, that creates the energy vibration that you're sending out, and that determines what you're going to get back. So some focus for you, darling, on a little bit more of that stuff. Don't give your power away. It doesn't depend on what anybody else is doing. No one can create in your reality. You are the one that is creating your reality. And there is lots that you can learn and lots that you can do to help yourself in that department. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Okay, who have we got here? Right. Where are we going? Okay, I've got Larissa Young. She's asked for a reading. So I'm just going to do a reading for Larissa. And here's your card, Larissa. Oh, and the card is ask. Okay, so what this card means is really all of that stuff that lovely Abraham Hicks books, you know, Abraham actually wrote a book called Ask and It Is Given. And what this card actually means is that we can't create our reality. We don't just create our reality with this third-dimensional ego personality construct that we are, right? Remember, we create our reality with all of the multi-dimensional aspects of us, but we are the captain of the ship. So we're directing it, but our multi-dimensional self, our higher self, our guides are helping us to do that. Okay, so we are getting help. But if you don't know what you want, you can't create it. And if you keep changing your mind all the time, you can't. It can come, but it can come very, very slowly. So you have to actually ask for what it is you want. And to do that, you have to know what it is you want. Remember, you're asking with your vibration, not your words. So you have to know what it is that you want. And I feel that you keep jumping from one thing to the other, and you're not focusing your attention on the thing that you really want. It's not always easy to know what we want. You know, I've been caught up in that myself. Okay, it's not always easy to know what we want, but so you have to contemplate it. You have to sit down and do some navel gazing, some meditation, some, you know, really, really deep thinking, and give yourself the space and time to be able to do that. When we're rushing around in our busy lives all the time, we don't have the time to just focus on ourselves and what we want. So, you know, being in nature, walking on the beach, meditating, being in contemplation gives us that, okay? So ask for what you want, but you've got to decide what it is that you want first. I think that's the problem here. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Great card. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Let's go to, I want to do some more readings of people online now because my throat's drying out. Let me have a drink. Crash, boom, bang. Larissa Young says, thank you. This is really accurate at the moment. Oh, that's great, darling. I'm really pleased. I'm just really, you know, I have trouble going live because I'm quite humble, and despite how things look when on the Facebook, everybody's putting themselves out there and going, hey, look at me. I have a lot of trouble with that. I'm really quite humble, and I'm really quite shy. It's good to have feedback to know that, you know, you're getting something out of it. Okay. Alex, what do you mean, darling? Can I please have a copy? I don't know what that means. If I just did a reading for any of you, you know, it goes out of my head as quickly as I did it. So, okay, so can I have a copy of the card? What card was it? Can you message me later, Alex, about that? You could message me and I could help you out with that later. I think that's good. Okay. Tina Garbacki would love a card, please. Okay, I'm going to pull out a card for Tina. Sorry if I'm really bad at pronouncing your names, my darlings, but, you know, I just want you to, there's a lot, you know, I have to give the last name so that you know this card is for you. Otherwise, you'd think, oh, is that for me or another Tina? Okay, this is your card here. Life Purpose. The Life Purpose card. Okay. Why is life purpose important? Because if we don't have life purpose, if we don't know what our life purpose is, then we can feel directionless and lost. And I think it's really easy in third dimensional reality to feel, what am I doing here? What is this all about? Why am I having all of these problems? Why am I having all these challenges? Why am I fighting with all of these people? Why aren't things working out? You know, it's really hard to be here. Apparently we all line up to come here. That's what I've been told by Spirit. We're all like, oh yeah, I want to go. And, you know, when we get here, it's like, seriously? Did I seriously want to be here? My God, it's so difficult. So life purpose is really important because it gives you direction. Now, this is a thing that I've sort of really looked at, and I was actually talking to somebody about this the other day. You know, in the course of doing my training and on my own spiritual path, I've spoken to many, many, many amazing channelers overseas. I've spoken to some of the world's best channelers and trance channelers who are trance channeling, you know, entities from other dimensions. And they will not tell you what your life purpose is. I've asked them and they go, no, we can't tell you what your life purpose is because that's taking away your free will and you need to decide for yourself what your life purpose is. So I'm not going to tell you what your life purpose is, Tina, but I am going to tell you that it's necessary for you to give this some thought. Now, if you want to find out your life purpose, one of the ways that you can do this is sit down one day and recall what it was you did as a child, right? What games were you playing when you were a child? What is it that you do that you don't have to remind yourself to do, but you do it from passion, right? I mean, I don't have to remind myself to work with people, because I love it. And it's not just I love it because I get something out of it, but I get something out of it because I'm helping. And that's what I love doing. I love being of service. So I know that's my life purpose. But if you go back to what I was playing when I was a little girl, I was always playing mummies and daddies. It's probably embarrassing. I was always playing mummies and daddies, and I was always playing schools. And I always wanted to be the teacher, right? So I spent 23 years teaching high school. And I have 3 children, and I had them quite young. My first child was born when I was 21. By the time I was 23, I was a single mother with 2 children. So there you go. And I have 3 children. My youngest is now 27. And I have 3 beautiful grandchildren, and I'm very involved in their lives. So I was playing that because there was something intuitively coming out of me that I knew that I was a nurturer and that I liked doing things for people and making people feel better. And so really, if you look at the course of my life, you know, I was a nurse for a while. I was a teacher. You know, now I'm on my spiritual path. I've been on a spiritual path for about 30 years. And now I do readings for people. But it's all very much about uplifting others and being of service and being of some help to people. So look at what you were playing when you were a little girl. What games did you play? And what is it that you don't have to schedule, that you don't have to force yourself to do, but you just do instinctively and automatically? And you'll get some indication of what your life purpose is. And it doesn't need to be anything too complicated, by the way. Some of us came here to hold the energy of the planet while the planet shifts from third dimension to fifth dimension. And I see a lot of those people. A lot of those people come to me for readings, and I tune into their energy and I go, yep, you're one of those. There are apparently 6 million wanderers, light workers, whatever you want, starseeds, whatever you want to call those people, and I'm one of those wanderers. And that word wanderer comes from the Law of One books, which are incredible. They were channeled in the 80s. Look those up if you want to know more about that. And they were channeled beautifully by an entity who said, I am Ra. And of course, Ra is the god, the sun god, the Egyptian sun god. And Goddess Mart is a part of that. So I really connected with those Law of One books very deeply. But in the Law of One books, Ra says that there are 6 million wanderers on the planet now who've come to ground the energy for the change, for the shift in consciousness. So a lot of us are doing that. And that just means you don't really have to do anything other than, live your life like a normal human being, but you're still doing your spiritual work. So I hope that helps you and maybe anybody else. That's the good thing about doing these readings. I hope that everybody that's listening is getting a little bit of something out of it as I'm answering cards for people. Okay. All right. Sarah Lockie. Have I not done a reading for you yet? Please help me, she said. Okay, I'm going to do a reading for Sarah. How are we going for time? I feel like I've been on here for hours. What time is it? Yeah, I have 45 minutes. Okay, I'm going to have to wind up now because I'm getting exhausted. Okay, like Sarah, I'm going to do a reading for you. You're welcome, Tina. She says, wonderful, thank you. You're welcome, darling. You really are. I hope that helps. Okay, Sarah, let's pull a card out for Sarah. Oh, there it is, that one there. Okay. Ooh, Sarah, you've pulled out the Aphrodite card, the inner goddess card. Okay. So it says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Now, I connect, as you know, I've called my page Goddess Mart because Goddess Mart was the Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, and harmony, and all the laws of ancient Egypt were all taken from the Goddess Mart. So it was how they lived their lives. And she is the energy that I connect with because I've had lots of past lifetimes in Egypt, and I was actually a priestess working in the temples in Egypt. To me, goddess energy, and I try to embody some of this goddess energy. Probably people who know me will say, well, you've always been like that. That's your energy. But I really focus on bringing through that goddess energy because to me it is being self-empowered, being completely in your balance of your masculine and feminine energy. To me, goddesses are a little bit like warriors. We don't let anyone bring us down, and we keep popping up. Doesn't matter what the world does to us, we're strong and we keep bouncing back. And that's very much me. I've had some shit things happen in my life and to me, and it continues. Don't worry about that. My life is definitely not perfect, and nothing holds me down for very long. I pop back up. And I've always got hope. I just always keep moving on. That's that goddess energy that's in me. So for you, you need to hang on to that goddess energy, and you need to really gravitate more towards that energy and allow that energy to come into your life more. Don't take shit from anyone. Don't let anyone put you down. Understand that you're a master. You are a goddess having a human experience. And you have all of the resources and all of the energy and all of the gifts you need to live your life beautifully, okay, and create everything you want. So it's about reminding yourself about that beautiful goddess, and also being that beautiful goddess in relationship. So being the beautiful goddess in relationship means, being able to have lovely relationships with men and have fun with them and have sex with them and do great things with them, but don't misunderstand your part in that. And your part in that, the goddess's part and women's role in relationships, is to be the conduit through which source energy enters the planet and enters the family, right? Because women are in their hearts. Some men on the planet never get their energy above their solar plexus chakra, and some of us would say, it's completely in their sex chakra most of the time. But, you know, mostly they're in their solar plexus chakra, which is power over others. And, you know, we need men. We wouldn't have been able to do this on our own. What I often say to people is, imagine what the world would be like if it was all women. Well, we wouldn't be able to procreate for a start, so that wouldn't work very well. But we wouldn't have tall buildings and bridges and cars and aeroplanes. You know, men get a lot of stuff done. They're very action oriented. They do all that stuff. If it was, if the planet was full of women and no men, we'd still be sitting around in our grass huts. Pretty nice grass huts, because we're pretty good at making nice spots for ourselves. But, you know, and much of the technology on the planet, you know, came from men. Women are also good at technology, but, you know, as for building tall buildings and aeroplanes, I don't know that we're very good at that stuff. I don't know we would have ever created that stuff. You know, we just don't have the physical strength for a start. So yes, connect with your inner goddess. That's your card, darling. All right. Thank you, Lucy. I'm glad you loved that. And Sarah's saying it's 100% relevant. Thank you. Okay, I'm deeply blessed and grateful. Lovelies, I'm going to have to finish up here because I am getting a little bit tired and exhausted. So I hope you've enjoyed your readings today. Don't forget that I do email readings quite cheaply. They're like $49 and you can ask 2 questions, and I think you can get 3 questions for $69. I do soul readings on Skype or Facebook Live, or here in my lovely house at Waratah West in Newcastle. So if you'd like a reading, I'd be blessed and grateful to work with you. Come and visit me, come and see me, come and meet me in person, and let's get together and see what we can bring through from your soul that you may need to know about. It's been a complete pleasure today. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't forget to tune into my page for more freebies and more goodies from time to time, and I've loved it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love and blessings, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity.